with a delicious transvestite hobo.
In the alleyway?
Yeah.
It's bright red like a dog's penis. That's what's attractive in a hot dog.
The Red Rocket?
The Red Rocket. I want to retire and run a hot dog stand somewhere. It's just like a few hours a day.
In Japan? While massaging men?
No, just homeless ones to cook my hot dogs. But
I assume you're meeting a transvestite in the alleyway?
No, that's at the Bojangles after 11. Foot-long hot dogs there, and that's what they did. They deep-fried them, and it was amazing.
Did they shove them in your ass?
A foot-long? Don't be crazy. They need to put 2 in there.
And 15 eggs to follow.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Recording in progress.
all right.
All right.
Here we are. What brings us here today, folks?
I got an idea. And I want to see what people think. I want to start it off though, because I want to do my movie first. But
All right.
Okay.
my question to you both is: think of a movie that you liked from the past, but you think that with either A, today's technology, it could be made better, or the technology of today could be used in the movie itself to make it better.
Dirty Dancing.
Damn it, Clay, you stole my movie.
Oh, shit,
No.
bro. Sorry.
All right,
Swayze's
no.
dead.
The movie I chose was one of, I wouldn't say it was a favorite movie, but it had one of the best soundtracks because the band that did the soundtrack was my favorite band. Any idea what the movie is? It was from when I was a teenager. Any ideas? Great soundtrack. Favorite band. Come on, it's my favorite band.
I don't know what your favorite band is. Because
Nor I.
you see so many.
AC/DC. You know AC/DC is my favorite band. Okay.
Is it? Hold on. Fuck, I don't know the name of it. Not rock and roll. The hell's it called?
It's close. I think you know what movie it is. The title. You're close.
It's a magazine they used to put out. No.
No.
Is it the space dude that they love on the movie Ted?
No.
Okay.
I'll just tell
Flash
you what.
Gordon.
There we
I'll
go.
just
That's
tell
one.
you.
No.
The soundtrack is called. The soundtrack is by AC/DC,
Yeah.
and the title track of the soundtrack was called "Who Made Who."
Who made whom?
Who made who?
Who made you?
Yeah.
Who made who? So, what was the movie that soundtrack was to? Any
Don't
ideas?
know.
I have no idea.
Me neither.
Maximum Overdrive.
Oh yeah,
That
I
is
forgot
Stephen
about that
King?
movie.
Thing?
Stephen
Yeah.
King movie
Okay.
with Emilio Estevez,
When all the
Yes.
machines come alive. and
where all the
fuck shit up.
machines come alive. Yes. Now, the reason why I chose that movie is, well, first of all, because I love AC/DC, but that's another story. But the reason I chose the movie is because of that question: what do you think would make it a more interesting or wilder movie today versus when it was made? And the fact of the matter is that from 86 or 85, when it was probably filmed, it came out in 86, till now, our technological world has changed drastically. That if things were going to be taken over or manipulated, I believed in the movie that was supposedly an alien spaceship that was making things come alive. But how much more challenging would it be to stay alive versus technology in today's world versus in 1985 or 86? I think
Well-
that would make for a much more challenging movie.
Oh yes.
In today's world, all the things that came alive would have to be pronouned, right? And all the characters in it would have to be minorities of some type.
That's over now, Clay.
Oh shit, really?
Step back into
Yeah.
reality.
I thought we were trying to make the movie better in today's time using today's way of movie making.
It
Oh,
would be
I,
there'd be
I,
these crazy elaborate sex dolls coming to fuck your ass up.
it's not a Netflix movie. Okay, it's
Okay.
not a Netflix movie. But no pronouns and none of the other stuff.
The other stuff.
But
We're just
I
not
was gonna
gonna we're not gonna go into it. Just none of the other stuff.
Just
none
none
of
of
the
that
other stuff.
shenanigans.
So yeah, the technology like for computer generated graphics and stuff, oh my God, it'd be an amazing movie to watch.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
you wouldn't have to change anything on the soundtrack. It'd be perfectly flawless the way it is. Nothing needs to be
totally.
changed.
Yeah, yeah.
But then if you also put the technology in the movie, we're all fucked.
Oh yeah,
Which is
yeah.
what you want. That's what you
I
want to
mean,
see.
they were pretty fucked in the movie as they were,
Yeah.
but compared to now the differences would be this. You know, in areas that are like, unless the car has built-in like solar cells, once that battery juice runs out, it ain't getting recharged. You know, I mean, unless there's programmable robots that the programmable robot car would pull up to and it would take it and plug it into the
Yeah.
Tesla outlet. But I mean, I just think about all the things that could kill you that I mean every car that's like a modern car with a computer in it. I mean you're screwed. I mean it would
Well,
just immediately drive off the road into a tree, run over people.
you've seen Hot Tub
you
Time
know
Machine Part 2, haven't you?
yes.
That one car keeps trying to kill the guy. He's like, I think the
Oh
car's trying
yeah,
to kill me.
yeah. I think that it would be a very cool like TV show series. I don't want it to be just one movie. I want it to be stretched out into more episodes, kind of like a Walking Dead, but it's like avoiding powered things. Now the thing is this is that I think unlike the zombies who seem to last like decades, which is total bullshit. Um,
Well, more and more
you
people are
know,
getting turned into them,
well
right?
that's true. Yeah,
And with 8
but
billion people on the earth, it's going to take a while till everybody's either a zombie or the people who aren't zombies are able to kill all the zombies before they've turned other people into zombies.
right, right. And I've been, well, but not to get sidetracked off of who made who. And then I've enjoyed watching some of that stuff. And I'm kind of at this point kind of tired of the whole zombie movie thing. I think it's kind of run its course. It's still entertaining, but it's hard to really. I tell you what came and went, and you never heard much about it after it came out. I mean, it came out, got a little bit of noise, and then disappeared. Was that 28 years later? I haven't seen it. I've seen both the other two.
Well, it's not out
Uh,
yet, is it?
oh, I thought it came out. It didn't come out yet?
I don't think it's out yet.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't go to movie theater. I haven't been to, I was just telling my mom that today. I was like, I don't think I've actually been in a movie theater for a couple of years now.
Oh
Maybe
wow.
once.
I love
Maybe
I
movie
once.
I
theater.
go every month.
Hmm. No, no. If it wasn't for the fact that we usually record on this evening, I'd probably make Sunday evenings like my just go out for a bite and a movie, solo
Well,
thing
there
for
you have
me.
it. The end of
But
the podcast just happened.
no,
Charlie Ray
no,
is going to
no,
choose movie watching and eating food.
no. This is more entertaining.
Is it?
But
Is it though?
it is. It's like it's my free therapy.
Oh, that's not bad.
Anyway. So basically, this is I think that the whole idea concept of that would be a great one for a studio or whatever to jump back in on if they could get Stephen King's permission to use that concept, I guess. But just you know something like that. It'd be a great miniseries, great maybe couple of season TV show, not like a 4 or 5 or anything like that. Just a couple of seasons.
Well, even like,
Uh,
8 episodes a season, 3 seasons. That's still,
I think it'd
yeah,
be better as a
yeah.
movie personally.
you want it in and out in like
I
2 hours?
Yeah,
yeah.
because
See,
that it isn't a very long movie to begin with. Like if you go back and watch Maximum Overdrive, it's not even an hour and a half. It's like an hour and 20 minutes, I think, and it's hard hitting. Everything happens very quickly. It pulls you in, brings you in, keeps you there. You get a nice ending. It's good. It's a perfect
it,
movie.
you see, I agree with that, but I wanted more. Maybe if it was a conceptual like set of like 1 hour specials and it was different groups of people with different circumstances
Okay.
that
Oh
they
yeah,
were
like a
dealing with.
Yep.
different part of the world maybe.
Yeah.
That
Where
yeah,
there's
that
either
would
way too much
mhm.
technology in their area or like almost no
or not much.
technology,
Yeah, that'd be
and just
Right.
cool.
the one thing is going fucking nuts, like the ham radio they have. The
Uh-huh.
one ham radio and the little jungle outpost is going nuts.
They're like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
but
Yeah,
you think
and
about this
they
now
can't call for
with
help because that's the thing they use for help.
right, right. But not only that, with the technology of today, the AI could just fake being a person talking to people on the radio.
Yeah.
Everything's all clear out here. Go ahead and come on out, blah blah blah. And it's not. I mean, just the just there's just so many things you could come up with. I mean, I'm not thinking of them right now myself, but
Well, you just don't want other people to
I,
steal your ideas.
That's true.
You're
I
gonna write a little letter to Stephen King, be like, "Hey, dude, Maximum Overdrive Part 3. I got this."
hmm yeah. Yeah, I think it would be cool. I think it would be cool if you didn't think that like a long couple of seasons with the same people would be enough. I think having maybe like a 6 to 8 episode
Yeah.
one like focused on one group, maybe another season on another group, or just yeah, every episode's different, or you kind of mix it up where you have like 3 or 4 things going in each episode, and it's kind of like at the same like at the same time but in different places.
Yeah,
What's
they're
going
not
on? You know
tied
what I'm saying?
together, but in
Right,
your
right.
half-hour episode, there's 3 10-minute stories, and it
Exactly.
continues for a season based off these three different groups living in three different parts of the world.
Yeah. I think that would be cool. I think the new changes to what you could use not only to make the movie but to be in the movie would make it an interesting concept. So that's mine.
And you'd obviously need a new title track by AC/DC.
Well, I
One of
don't
their
know.
little
No way. Use the
it,
original.
something.
At
No,
this,
just one though. One from the vault that they haven't
Yeah,
released
okay.
yet.
yeah, yeah. I would still use some of the stuff, but there'd be new material. I was sitting there thinking about not to devolve off of this subject, just the fact that I think we talked about this in another episode. Like out of like say like my five first like favorite bands, there's really only two of them left because of and even that one had somebody die in it. I mean, so everybody's gotten older. I mean, I've gotten older. I'm fucking almost retirement age, man.
Pussy,
So
man up,
I
Damn.
know.
Just
fight it.
letting Father Time win.
It does. It beats us all.
It's undefeated.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's my movie choice. Let me hear what you guys think. What would be a good
You want
movie?
me to go?
I can
Yeah,
go.
All right.
whoever.
Okay, so if I could choose a movie that was made in the past that I want to be remade with today's technology, I choose The Adventures of Baron
No, I
Munchausen.
still haven't seen it. I'm sorry, Josh.
It's gonna blow your mind when you see it. And to make it with today's technology, there's only one sad thing is Robin Williams wouldn't be allowed to be in it because he's no longer with us.
Yeah,
Unless
but
they
with
CGI him.
today's technology,
That's true. But they
Exactly.
could make his role worthy. Because remember
yeah,
how he was saying he was
yeah,
disappointed with his role?
yeah. Do
Hmm.
you think his kids control his likeness and they're going to be like, yeah, Dad hated this movie, so we're not gonna,
Yeah, so we're not gonna have anything to do with that.
yeah,
And we're boycotting the entire thing. And
yeah.
Josh is an idiot for suggesting that it get
Or
remade
they might say, hey, this is our chance for Dad to feel good about his portrayal of a character in this movie.
of the floating head.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Hmm.
it sucks that you guys haven't seen that. I don't know if Charlie Ray hasn't seen it, but Clay hasn't.
I haven't.
I think I saw it a long, long time ago.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
it's old as shit.
yeah, it is old as shit, and I barely remember it.
But if you look at the
1988.
you look at the Rotten Tomatoes score, it's like fucking 99% or something.
Hmm.
Huh.
I do know that something keeps showing up on my Prime, like all the time. Like, you should watch this. And it's Cherry 2000, and Charlie Ray's talked
Oh
about it many
yeah.
times with the robot
Oh,
chick.
Yeah.
that keeps popping up on mine as well.
Yeah, I was like, huh, I should
Yeah.
probably watch this so I can communicate better with Charlie Ray about
Y-
the need and the want
And
to have a
understand
robot girlfriend.
where he's coming from.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
want a
should
robot
watch it because
girlfriend.
we could talk about the movie then. Yeah.
yeah. I'm a
Yeah.
fan of
Yeah.
movies. I like
Well,
fucking any kind of movie pretty much.
and Michelle Pfeiffer looked pretty good. And I think was it Michelle Pfeiffer or no, no,
Does
who
she
the
play
heck's
Cherry?
no, no, no.
Aubrey
Uh,
Plaza?
No, I don't want to
She's
give the
too
whole
old,
plot. I
young.
don't want to give. I don't want to give the whole plot away. It's Melanie Griffith that's in it, not.
Okay.
So she's in it. Cherry 2000 refers to this guy's artificial companion that he has that he fucks up, and he's trying to find a replacement for.
He fucked it too hard.
I don't want to. I don't want to tell you what happens to it, but yeah,
Okay.
sort of, but not really. He environmental situation causes degradation to.
It was squirting too
Yeah.
much.
He had her on the
It
edge of
does.
the bed and
You didn't have enough towels.
she short circuited herself out.
They were rolling around on the kitchen floor, and there was water on the floor. Okay,
Squirt water.
no, no.
I'm sorry, that's the only water I know. There's other
So,
waters?
so so it's set like in a more of a like post apocalypse type situation, or like a
A dystopian future.
maybe not a dystopian future, right? And so the Cherry 2000, of course, those movies made like in the late 80s or whatever. So like the year 2000 is a long ways away. So this model was from 2000. So actually they're past the year 2000. So he's looking for basically
Oh.
like this top of the line technology from the time period before shit got fucked up. Like I said, it's an interesting movie. You should watch it. We can discuss the movie. It's an interesting concept, and then talk about what you think about his choices, and then go from there. So
Sounds
Well,
good.
I can tell you about
yeah,
my choices of what kind of movie I would pick to make in today's day and age with
Yeah.
technology that we have versus how it
Cherry
was made back in
2000.
Cherry 2000. Uh, no, I really like the Gremlins, like one and two.
Oh, aren't they
And instead,
remaking the Gremlins?
they're making a new one, part three, but I really hope that's not
Oh,
little puppets. I don't want to see animatronic little gremlins. I want to see like 3D rendered fucking devious
CGI
little,
ones?
yeah, man. I want to see shit like that. I want Michael Bay to direct it because I just want
Oh
explosions and
no.
awesomeness.
Transformer fucking Gremlins?
But no, I don't want Michael Bay to direct. I mean, if he does, sure, whatever. I don't care. He always makes it look cool. But yeah, Gremlins 3D animated, instead of little animatronics. Because I mean, you look at Gizmo and it's just fucking terrible how he looks when
Oh,
he's
yeah.
right. It's just little puppets.
That's true, but they've come a
You,
long way with puppets.
They have.
you, yeah, you remember those fucking Furbies that they had out in the market? You remember those?
Yeah.
It's like that, man. Like looking at a fucking Furby, man.
I don't know. You take a look at Yoda with a lightsaber fighting Count Dooku versus Yoda sitting in Dagobah pointing to the X-wing for Luke to like lift it out of the mud. Would you rather see
Yeah,
that Yoda?
I'm very
Yeah,
tired.
you want to see that
yeah,
Yoda, or do you want to see the one like doing backflips and shit
yeah.
Yeah.
fighting
He was
Dooku?
so cool to see
I,
in
Yeah,
those young years.
yeah.
I,
Which
I
weren't
want to
that
see the.
much young. Like you're
I know,
talking,
but he was like crazy doing backflips and like
yeah, you're talking
I was
like
like,
Oh
20
yeah,
what?
years, right?
it's
20
like yeah, it's like
years.
How
yeah.
did he let himself go so bad?
He had nothing to fight, nothing to do. He just probably
He
sat in
was
the
just
swamp and exiled
yeah,
himself.
So his
yeah.
midichlorian count went way down?
I don't know. I'm not a Star Wars ninja.
Well,
Come
probably,
on,
probably.
man.
Well, let's think about this. He spent 20 years basically sitting there thinking every day about the shit that went down, how
Yeah.
they fucking missed it, how fucking depressed his fucking little green ass would be,
Tired I am.
not having anybody to talk to other than fucking occasionally Qui-Gon showing up in Force Ghost, fucking to talk about some bullshit. I
You think
mean,
Qui-Gon is ever just like, you're letting yourself go, bro? Like,
yeah,
get your shit together. You think
Depressed on
he,
this planet I've become.
yeah,
you think
exactly.
he
I mean,
slaps
because
him?
here's he had no way off the planet that I know of. I mean, I don't know how the fuck he got there. If he crash landed
He
to
had the
whatever.
X-Wing sunk in there, didn't he? Oh no,
Right.
that was Luke.
No, that was Luke. That was Luke. So I mean,
Well, how did he get
his
there?
He
his
Did he
ass
kind of
didn't
teleport?
got, he
fly.
got a ride.
Well, fuck, he was like Space Mary Poppins, like fucking
Leia?
Leia was it.
Hitchhiker's Guide to
Yeah,
the Galaxy.
I mean, maybe he just like flew by in a spaceship and like jumped out the window when they went by the fucking planet. I don't
I
Tuck
know.
mean,
and roll, Yoda. Tuck and roll.
if
Okay, you know
he can
what,
talk
James?
to other Force Ghost people and they can just force Ghost appear somewhere else, I don't think it would take much time for Yoda to get off Dagobah. He's just
But
like, hey,
you can't project your physical self. You can
no,
only
no, but he could be
project a
like,
projection
hey,
of yourself.
Qui-Gon, Qui-Gon shows up. Yes, Master Yoda. He's like, hey, can you go to, Xerxes 25 and see if you can grab somebody from Coruscant or the High Council to come pick my ass up?
Give me a ride.
And
I'm
Qui-Gon be
feeling
like, yeah, sure, I can
depressed.
force Ghost over there. No problem.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
Yeah,
this is
you're
Better than
right.
the
this is
telephone.
Jamie's found some information on Yoda and Dagobah here.
I was hoping it was.
Okay.
He's found some information on Cherry 2000.
Well, I could look that up too. Uh, so yeah, he went to Dagobah after Revenge of the Sith and Order 66 and not
Yeah.
killing Palpatine because the strong presence of the Force on the planet helped hide him from the Empire. He apparently had supposedly gone there during the Clone Wars because Qui-Gon Jinn had summoned him there to learn how to live in the Force, whatever that's supposed to mean, which
Live in the
influenced
forest or the forest?
to live in the Force.
Huh.
So I guess kind of about like being a Force ghost, I guess, which influenced his decision to return there after the fall of the Jedi. The only thing it says is Yoda's ship either broke down or lacked sufficient fuel or a hyperdrive, preventing him from leaving or traveling to another planet. So,
Do you think he was depressed about those lesbians making babies on that planet?
Yes,
And that's why he went there?
that made him very sad. Wait, didn't that
well,
happen after?
yeah, that happened afterward, I
Oh, was it
think.
after?
I don't know. I
Yeah, it
don't know.
was, wasn't it?
Can you imagine all the Force ghosts like sitting around going, "I got to watch this action."
Don't isn't Yoda in the very end of that episode though, Clay? The very end of the thing, like she
Oh yeah, it's
shows
because
up
she
in
wants
that
to go
room.
talk to Master Yoda.
Yeah, and Yoda's younger in that.
Yeah, so
So
it doesn't
I don't
happen
think so.
after.
No.
He's like,
Hmm.
Space lesbians to
They should be a
Dagobah I
little
go.
clearer on the fucking timeline though, huh?
Well, that is pretty clear. If Yoda's
Is
alive,
it? Well,
well,
I
if Yoda,
guess, but
if
he's younger. He looked pretty spry sitting there.
Yeah.
I can't think of what you could.
What else you could do? You're like, well, this happened in the year, whatever, whatever.
All I'm thinking about, going back to what you were saying about Gremlins, I'm thinking about them feeding them after midnight, and they don't talk about Gremlins 2.5 that nobody's ever seen when the Gremlins get into a LSD and laxative laced bunch of pot brownies
Hell
after
yeah.
midnight,
Then what
and
happened?
they're multiplying and shitting everywhere.
Squirting and slipping around in the squirt puddles.
I've been there.
It,
I
it,
relate to this movie.
Gremlin attack of the squirts. So,
But yeah, even with them like their festering boils when they're like bubbling and hatching and
oh
stuff,
yeah.
it was all like a real practical effect.
hmm
I've
And
never seen any of the Gremlin movies.
Oh man.
I like the
I know,
second one
I
better.
know nothing about them.
What
I
was the
saw
second one about? I don't
it
remember it
was the
very
big
well.
tower. The guy from the first one was working for this millionaire in downtown New York City at his skyscraper, and his girlfriend from the first one also worked in this skyscraper. And Gizmo came to visit, and I don't know, he got what he feed him? Yeah. Was it feeding him? And then he sprouts? No, he gets wet and they sprout. Isn't that right?
The green ones are the bad guys, and
Yeah,
the
you
little
if
Yeah.
you
furry
feed him
ones are
after
the good guys.
midnight, he starts to shoot out little fur balls that are evil. They're not good. Gizmo's a
hmm
good one. The other ones are all bad. If you
What
feed
happens with the cute ones if you feed them?
that's what happens. You feed the cute one and they spit out evil ones. But you have to feed them after midnight. That's when it happens.
What's the difference between the green ones and the furry ones?
The furry ones are the cute good ones. I don't know. There's
Yeah.
all they
They're
come out
not
as little
related.
balls and then they just like sprout into these evil fucking things. And then if you get the
Sounds so
evil fucking
stupid.
things wet, they start to like multiply.
Oh, you can't shower them either?
No, isn't that what it is? It's been so long since I
They're like
watched Gremlins.
hamsters. They
Nah,
just die if you get them wet.
you
I,
got me. I want a bunch of cherry 2000s to multiply. That's what I want. And instead, when you get them wet, they just blow up and fizz out.
but yeah,
So,
this one was based in a laboratory. There's a laboratory in the tower. There's like a TV studio in the tower, and the little gremlins got a hold into the laboratory, and they were injecting themselves with like spider venom and bat venom and stuff, and then they
oh
were like
Uh-oh.
yeah.
becoming hybrid, like spider gremlins and bat gremlins, and that was like the height of like 1989, where Michael Keaton's Batman came out.
Yeah.
So the gremlin that turned into the bat gremlin was flying away, and it crashed through the wall, and the whole outline of the crash was the exact bat symbol. And you're like, that looks awesome,
Oh,
but it's so fucking cheesy when you watch it now. You're like, that's terrible because it wouldn't look like that at all.
no. And why would you do that?
Yeah, well, I mean, because I
Right.
think it was the same
Is it
movie
Warner
company.
Brothers?
I think it was Warner Brothers. That's why.
Yeah, yeah. So here's the actual plot to Gremlins 2.
Okay.
The New Batch, that's what it's called, Gremlins 2, The New
Yeah.
Batch. It continues the story of Gizmo and the Gremlins in New York City. After the Kingston Falls incident, Billy and Kate moved to New York, where Gizmo was captured and experimented on in Daniel Clamp's skyscraper. A splash of water spawns more gremlins who start causing chaos, where Billy devises a plan to lure them into the lobby to expose them to sunlight, which kills them.
So why can't they eat after midnight? What's the deal with that? So they get wet and they produce, but why?
And they're like vampires. You can't get them in sunlight.
Yeah, they melt. They like just fry up.
Yeah,
Fuck,
yeah.
man.
Don't they like explode? Like they like pop or
I
something?
think at the end of this one, they got them all wet and they just kept pouring more and more water on. They just kept spawning and spawning, and then they electrified the whole fucking goo pile, and they
Squirt
all just
water?
Mm-mm.
squirt water. Yes, I brought my friend and she was just going fucking nuts in the skyscraper.
Those poor gremlins.
Lucky gremlins. What are you talking about? Not everybody gets to enjoy someone's squirt.
Clam sauce.
When Gizmo's tapping that ass and gets squirted on and he turns into a bunch of bad gremlins, that's
Is
fucked up.
Jamie sending you information at about eating after midnight?
I don't know. I'm trying to find out the information here. Ah, the the gremlins set off fire sprinklers, which makes an army of them. That's what happens in the movie.
But then they
Um,
electrocute them.
Like a
yeah,
fire hydrant. Spreads water everywhere.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sounds so stupid. Terrible choice, Clay.
A lot of movies
Hmm.
from the 80s were pretty stupid. Oh, if you feed Gizmo after midnight, he turns into a gremlin.
One of the
But
green ones?
Oh,
yeah, but if he gets wet, he spawns off gremlins.
Uh,
seems like it's not like a lot of upsides from having Gizmo. I mean,
Other
fuck,
than the Howie
he's
getting
Mandel
cute.
doing the
wet.
voice
Yeah.
and Gizmo being cute, that's about it. Oh, although this does relate to the podcast, in the movie when he's fighting the gremlins in the new batch, he
Uh-huh.
dresses up like Rambo and he uses like
Oh,
matchsticks and like a and
I
a
remember that.
yeah, and a
Yeah.
paper clip
He
to
has
make
like
a bow with
he has a
arrow,
bandana around his head and shit. Yeah,
which I think is
Wow.
probably also owned by Warner Brothers, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
maybe.
I don't know.
Two 2 points if you can name who does the voice of Gizmo.
Howie Mandel.
Damn, you did know it.
Oh wow, that was a good guess and a good answer for
It
everything.
it is Howie
Oh,
Mandel. That is
oh,
correct.
hold on. Let's go back here.
Yes.
So, Charlie Ray, did you just hear what Josh did or said?
I did not.
Well, I answered, and Josh, and you said, "Hey, that's a good answer." And then Josh said,
That's an answer for everything.
"Oh
Ah,
my God."
Yes.
yes,
And that's what the people pay us for.
Shameless plug.
yes. So, all right. So those are our answers. So, Maximum Overdrive remade, Gremlins remade, and Baron Munchausen remade.
The Adventures of
The
Baron
Adventures.
Munchausen.
Wow. It
And in a
wouldn't do well
perfect
for it.
world, those three things would be combined together to make a super movie.
A
That would
trifecta movie.
that would be awesome. Maybe with a Cherry 2000, like driving one of the trucks.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised that Gremlins never made a comeback, but like you said they're making a third one, so
They are.
uh
It'll
yeah,
fail. No one wants to
maybe,
see that shit ever again.
You shut up.
probably.
With today's technology, everybody wants to see it.
They probably got to have pronouns on that one too.
Well, they have to. They're gremlins.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
Transformers have pronouns. And Stormtroopers now, too.
No.
Pink
Oh, that's right.
Stormtrooper.
Oh, that's right. There's that trans stormtrooper.
Yeah, and a clone trooper. Not even a stormtrooper, a clone trooper. Which is weird because aren't they clones? Anyway, whatever. Hey,
Yeah, whatever.
I'm
We're
not
not
here to
gonna
argue
delve
with
into
it.
that. No, no, no. We're talking remade movies, so uh yeah. So
Well,
anything else on this topic we want to talk about?
I don't think so. I just have two things related to the USA Carolinas, the states.
Okay.
And then after that, I think
Okay.
I'm done. How about you guys?
Done and done.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so we've got an Urban Dictionary for the Carolina Hot Pocket.
The Carolina Hot Pocket.
Yeah.
Does that involve your sister wife?
It is. I mean, no, it doesn't. Time to guess again.
The the Carolina hot pocket. Is that's when you're uh hitting your girlfriend from the backside, and much like Southern barbecue, you got to slather with some coleslaw.
Okay.
It's disgusting, but okay.
Coleslaw's delicious. Who doesn't want to
Not
fuck?
served out of that fucking receptacle.
Depends how clean it is.
Receptacle.
It depends if she's got.
I didn't say shove it all up in there.
Yeah. It's not like
It
she's got
wasn't.
a caramel popcorn going on.
It's not kimchi.
All right, all right. My turn.
All right.
Oh, your
Yeah.
turn.
So what is this? A South
No,
Carolina hot pocket?
Carolina hot pocket. There is
Okay,
no
so it could
south
be
or
north
north.
or south.
It could, or it could be a
Okay, so
girl named Carolina.
that's when a homeless man from the Carolinas is in his tent with his tent mate, and he has a wicked prolapse, and his tent mate turns his head over and takes a big bite out of it.
That's hot. That's
Wow.
probably the most disgusting thing I've heard all day.
Yeah.
I
Oh, that's for you, Clay.
appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I would say that would haunt my nightmares, but that's actually going to make my dreams all come true.
Yay.
Uh, Carolina Hot Pocket. It's hyphenated just in case you wanted to know.
Oh,
Carolina Hot Pocket. The indescribable act of shitting in a friend's shoe and leaving it out for him/her to put on as a joke.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I thought stepping in cat puke was bad enough.
No, stepping in your friend's poop in your own shoe.
That's been sitting there festering for God knows how long.
I guess it's probably better to do it at night so you get the full like time they're sleeping, so it sits there just festering, as you put it.
Festering, festering.
And then I've got another
Ew.
one from the Carolinas, but this is from North Carolina in particular.
Okay.
The North Carolina hot dog.
Oh,
Have you guys ever been to North Carolina?
no.
I have. I have
Okay.
relatives there.
Well, I think the person involving the North Carolina hot dog is probably a relative. That's my guess.
Perhaps.
Mhm.
Perhaps.
So since you know them so well, would you like to guess?
North Carolina hot dog. That's when you're doing a girl from behind. You lay your schlong in between her buns and you pour some chili on it, and then you use that for lube.
Girls like chili for lube. Let me tell you.
Hot and spicy is even better.
Yeah, they like it. They love it.
No beans. It's just meat only.
Oh,
So
well, yeah, obviously.
yeah, it's like a coney dog. Put a little mustard on there, with some onions.
Mm. Oh, now you're talking crazy talk. Who puts onions in a
Yeah.
vagina or between ass cracks?
Hopefully nobody.
Hopefully better than habanero.
But listeners, if you do happen to put onions between your ass crack, reach out, let us know. We'd like to talk about it. What do you got for us,
Definitely.
Josh? North Carolina hot dog.
So, seems to me like that's when you cover your dick in Carolina hot sauce before thrusting it in.
Which is another thing that isn't painful at all for the woman.
Or man.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't specify.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thrusting it in.
All right. North Carolina hot dog. It's a hot dog that's been cooked inside the rectum of a transvestite hobo behind Bojangles.
Is
That's
that
oddly
Dirty Mike and the
specific.
boys' other job? Are they cooking the homeless person as well as the dog? 'Cause I don't
No,
know how.
I think the rectum is so hot that it's actually baking the hot dog inside of it.
From use?
Wow.
I guess so. I don't know.
Friction?
It's been fucked so hard, there's smoke coming out of it. Time for a hot dog.
So if you wanted to use it in a sentence, I'm not saying you need to, but if you wanted to, this would be an ideal sentence to use. Which I don't think
There's
I've
an
ever
ideal sentence.
I don't think I've ever used this in a sentence like this, but there's always a future. Hey man, did you try those North Carolina hot dogs at the family reunion? Your grandma cooks them just right.
Good God. Sorry, North Carolina.
So,
Um,
question I have for grandma is, did grandma bring trays and trays of hot dogs to behind Bojangles to find the transvestite hobo, or did she invite the transvestite hobo over to the house to make it more convenient? But then somehow Bojangles is left out of the mix.
What's a Bojangles?
That's what I was gonna say. I've never been to Carolina, North Carolina, but Charlie Ray has.
I
I would
have
assume
been
it's a
to a
restaurant.
Bojangles. It is. I have been to a Bojangles.
A
Yeah.
chicken place, maybe?
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. They have really good chicken, actually.
and hot dogs
And hot
Yeah.
dogs.
readily available all hours of the day.
But you got to go into the back alleyway to get those.
Yeah.
They don't serve them inside.
The funny thing is that I looked up the term while you were asking Josh to make his guess, and
Yeah.
of what is a Carolina hot dog. There's actually is an actual regular type of hot dog that's in the Carolinas. It's kind of known. It's a brand called Bright Leaf, Carolina Bright Leaf, and they're these really bright red looking hot dogs.
You think it's from the blood from being in the rectum?
It probably is, but apparently they're really only sold in the Carolinas region. They're kind of like a regional brand of hot dogs.
Well, that's because
Um,
Bojangles are there. There's no
oh
Bojangles
yeah,
anywhere else.
That's true.
yeah.
Wait, so what did we learn? Did we learn that the Carolinas have their own unique branded hot dog that is a bright red color like Charlie Ray's bedroom
And
It's like
delicious chicken called Bojangles
it's right.
with a delicious transvestite hobo?
in the alleyway?
Yeah.
It's bright red like a dog's penis. That's what's attractive in a hot dog.
The Red Rocket?
The Red Rocket. You know what? If I have a hot dog stand, I'm gonna have a Red Rocket on my menu. It's gonna be a bright red Carolina hot dog.
Stick your Red Rocket in my buns.
Uh-huh.
And somebody's gonna come up and order it. You're gonna like, yeah, hold on a sec. Hey, Shirley, can you come over here for a minute? And the transvestite hobo comes over, bends over, you shove the hot dog in. It cooks it perfectly, obviously.
Obviously.
And then,
To perfection.
then you hand it to the
I,
customer, who is
I,
none the
I,
wiser unless they open their eyes and saw what was happening.
I want to retire and run a hot dog stand somewhere. It's just like a few hours a day.
In Japan, while massaging men.
No, just homeless ones to cook my hot dogs. Uh, and just have everything. I went to a really cool place. It's no longer down there. A place called the Twisted Taco, which is funny enough, in Atlanta, Georgia, and their entire menu, all their food items were named like most of the some things were just regular names, but like all their tacos and stuff, and like entrees were all named after Western movies. So like The Hills Ran Red was like one of the tacos, and like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and stuff like that. It
Yeah.
was really it was pretty cool concept. I mean, I thought it was fun, and so I think having a hot dog stand where you have a bunch of things like the Red Rocket and stuff like that
Yeah.
would be hilarious fun. I still want to go. If I ever go to New Jersey, I want to go to this place called, I saw it on, like, I don't know, probably one of those Dives, Diners, and Dashes movies from a long time ago. A place called Rutt's Hut, where they deep fry hot dogs. I mean, I could deep fry 'em myself, I guess, but it'd be fun to visit them.
Yeah.
Seems unnecessary, no?
Like not
Yeah.
battered, right? Just like the hot dog
No,
itself.
they just throw them
No,
into the
just
oil.
deep
Yeah,
fried.
I used to. There used
Yeah.
to be a place in my hometown, and they used to have foot-long hot dogs there, and that's what they did. They deep fried them, and it was amazing.
Did they shove them in your ass?
A foot long? Don't be crazy. They need to put two in there.
And 15 eggs to follow.
Well, yeah, obviously.
I'm going to design a new strap-on, like a hollow one that you put your penis in, but it's going to look like a hot dog when you strap it on. It's going to look like a big fucking red rocket.
That's the title of the episode. I'm gonna design a new strap-on.
There we go.
Here you go.
Too bad we don't have one for the previous episode.
I'm sure you'll
We
find one.
You don't have a
Maybe.
name? I thought we had a title.
I don't think so. I don't even know
think so
what we
either.
talked about.
Me neither.
We talked about a couple of news stories and
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there was New Zealand.
Stallone. Yeah,
Yeah,
A Stallone.
there we go.
yeah. You should just call it tiptoeing through the minefield.
Yeah, she's a squirter.
She's a squirter. Yeah.
I'm sure it'll come to you while you're editing it.
Yeah, maybe. No, we have
Yeah.
editors now. Charlie Ray and I talked about it.
Oh, perfect.
No.
Yeah,
AI's
Yeah,
editing.
yeah,
we
everything.
do.
I put a bunch of parameters in there, and I was like, I need it to be funny. I need to make sure it's not offensive, and they edited the 2.5 hour episode down to 35 seconds.
Ah, that
Oh
makes about
yeah.
that's about right.
It was
I'm
the
surprised
intro
you got.
music with none of our
Yeah.
clips. I was like, all right,
With
that's
none of
good.
the clips involved.
No.
Sounds about right, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Is Bob our uncle?
Bob is our uncle.
I think Bob is our aunt.
This episode has come to a screeching halt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I
Cool.
bid you adieu, and we will chat next week.
Sounds good. Okay.
I assume you're meeting a transvestite in the alleyway.
No, that's at the Bojangles after 11.
He's got to get his hot dogs first.
Craving a hot dog.
You're like,
I bring
we've
it
been
to
talking
them.
about this so much. I know if I go behind Walmart, I'm gonna find one.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
He just puts a hot dog on the end of a fishing line, like on a hook, and like throws it out there by the dumpster. Just starts reeling it across the parking lot.
Oh yeah.
And like a scene out of the Michael Jackson Thriller video. They just start coming out
They come across. The freaks
behind the,
come out
behind
at
the
night.
dumpster. Is that a hot dog?
I get my pick of the litter that way.
I love hot dogs. I can cook one for you.
Yeah, you could, Mr. Transvestite Hobo, sir.
All right. Peace out.
Peace out, know-it-alls.
Peace out, Noodles. Yeah. I
I'm
hope
just
not.
thinking about them having like a mice banging orgy on your dashboard.
I
You
wouldn't mind
know?
watching that. It's like you guys have seen Bad Boys too, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
I love that movie. And Johnny Tapia is the name of the bad guy.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And Martin Lawrence and Will Smith break into his house disguised as exterminators because there's a
Yeah.
rat problem.
Yeah.
And they're up in the attic and they're trying to be really quiet as they're like putting like cameras and microphones up. And then Martin Lawrence looks over, he's like, "Hey, Mike, check it out. They fuck like we do." And he looks over and there's two rats fucking missionary style. So one's on the back and one's pumping. He's like, "Can you focus?" He's like, "No, they fuck like people." It always makes me think about that when people talk about like mice or rats fucking. It's like Martin Lawrence is mesmerized.
Like
at-
one of them on their
Yeah,
back with their
like
legs spread.
starfishing and the other one's plowing. And you're like, wait a minute, that's not how
Isn't that
animals
what-
fuck.
Isn't that what you do when a girl wants to eat your ass? You just starfish it up.
Dude, you're the girl eating ass expert. I've
I,
never.
that's been 8 years ago for me. So no, I am not the expert.
Well, compared to
So-
Josh and I,
Yeah. Compared to
Well.
us, you're the expert.
to Josh.
Either way,
sorry,
either way, yeah, it's probably never going to happen again in my life. So
not with that
Uh,
attitude.
no, probably
No.
not.